Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Middleton in Growing Boulder headquarters in Orlando, Florida, with what we were going to call live breaking news, but we decided it would be more appropriate to call it a news flash because we're going to interview Diane Flash Friedman, a 100-year-old from Ohio who is the talk of the track and field world after breaking the world record in the 100 and 200-meter dash and the American record in the javelin for women, 100 to 104. Now, we're going to talk to Diane and her coach. We'll show you video of her record runs, and we'll bring in Dell from the National Senior Games to put it all into historical perspective. But first, let's flash back to 2019 and look at the previous record holder. This is Julia Hurricane Hawkins, who at the age of 103 became the oldest woman to ever compete in a sanctioned track and field meet when she ran in the National Senior Games in Albuquerque. Growing Boulder had the front row seat to witness Julia's run before it was picked up by media outlets worldwide. This, folks, was big news. And now, 2 years later, Diane Flash Friedman, a multiple world record holder in the 95 and 99-year-old age group, she ages up and rewrites the record book at the Michigan Senior Olympics. This is exclusive video now taken on August 15th by her coach, exercise physiologist Bruce Sherman, who you can hear encouraging her in the background. This is the 100-meter dash. All of these women are over 80, with Diane, the only one over 100. There she is. Diane will finish in a new world record time of 36.71 seconds, breaking Julia Hawkins' record by nearly 3 seconds. Diane would also set the world age group record in the 200-meter dash, which we will show you in a moment, and she set an American record in javelin. But let's welcome the record breaker herself, Diane Friedman, along with her coach, Bruce Sherman, both of them from Ohio. First of all, Diane, congratulations.
Thank you ever so much.
How does it feel to be the fastest woman in history over the age of 100?
Well, you know what? It really isn't a feeling because I've won a lot of medals. I've won a lot of runs, and I'm just so accustomed to it. I don't want to sound, I'm just accustomed to it.
Not at all. Just another medal. So let me ask you, why do you run? What does it do for you personally?
What it does for me personally?
Yes.
I feel good.
You feel good. You look good. Bruce, you have over 35 years.
Bring me a drink. I'll drink. Water, of course.
We can do that. Bruce, you have over 35 years experience training athletes of all ages. What makes Diane so special? How was she able to achieve this?
One thing I'd say, Diane is a coach's dream. I coach the full spectrum of age group athletes, from teenagers as a high school coach all the way up to Diane at 100. The one pleasure that Diane brings to my coaching is we put together a training plan. I tell her what we're going to do, and she does it. No complaining. Diane is a coach's dream. She does, and she executes to perfection her training, and that leads to these results that you're seeing in the track meets at the different distances and disciplines that she is now participating in.
This obviously, Bruce, is an impressive feat at any time, but especially coming out of COVID. How were you able to keep her moving and engaged? Because we saw so many older people that weren't able to be engaged during the pandemic, and it was not good for their health. She obviously has done well. What did you do?
Well, Diane followed as strictly as anybody all of the COVID protocols for social distancing and masking. Where she lives is in an apartment building that has a very large parking garage that is covered, and it's climate controlled. So through the pandemic, through the months of the summer and into the winter, we were really able to continue on with her training in the garage, which is about 400 meters around. And in addition, many months into the COVID, into last summer, the fitness room in her apartment building opened up after being closed for several months. So we then had access to treadmills, ellipticals, recumbent bikes, weights, medicine balls. So we could do a lot of supplemental training for running and for just health in general. One of the primary things that I'm very aware of is I am coaching a 100-year-old athlete. And so there are many things that fall under the spectrum of the broad health and fitness that is required, that is to be an optimal 100-year-old that we were able to continue on with. So we really didn't miss a beat. And therefore, you got a couple world records last weekend.
Well, congratulations to both of you folks. We're talking with Diane, the new world record holder at the 100 and the 200. In fact, Diane, we have some video of your record run in the 200. That's a pretty long sprint for anyone of any age. What do you think about running a 200? Do you get tired? Did you feel like you were running out of gas?
When I'm running, I don't think of anything except keep my eyes forward and move. My eyes move with my feet. That's all that I know.
You just keep on keeping on. And if that's not enough, you also are the new American record holder in the javelin for the 100 to 104-year-old age group. And we've got a picture of that. What's it take to be successful in the javelin, Diane?
Truthfully, I don't feel successful in the javelin. Somehow I just can't throw it as far as I want to.
If you ask Diane what her favorite event is between the running and the throwing, she would probably say the javelin. And she takes such pride in the javelin and learning and improving. She's always asking for her distances and the coaching tips. So she's a javelin thrower work in progress, and she is a true student of that event.
Well, she says she's not any good at it, but she's the best there's ever been in her age group. So way to go. And Bruce, I'm not sure there's an age group world record for tricep dips, but if there were one, I'm pretty sure that Diane would hold it. We've got some video of Diane doing 100 dips at age 99. And Bruce, there's a lot of research about the benefits of strength training for older adults, even those in their 90s. You're obviously a big believer in that. What does this do for Diane?
What we try and achieve in our training, and this was a little fun thing we did at the end of 2020, she was 99 and a half, so we did 99 plus one extra tricep dip in a little over 3 minutes. And she could have gone on and on. The thing that we try and accomplish in Diane's training is put it under the umbrella of cross training, because in order to be safe in her environment, to be able to do activities of daily living, we do different modalities of exercise. We do walking, we do running, we do elliptical type things, we do bicycle type things. We do strength training, we do multi-directional things for lateral balance, for the javelin, for balance and throwing. She's been practicing throwing a 4-pound medicine ball across a room, and the heaving of that and then keeping her balance. That goes a long way towards keeping her balance when she heaves the javelin. So again, the cross training is very important for her track success, and the track success obviously feeds into her overall training. So it's what senior people should be doing, just broad, widespread training so they can be as healthy as they can in their lives.
And Bruce, you've been working with Diane for more than 5 years now, other than obviously getting a lot of acclaim and all these gold medals that she mentioned. What else has it done for her personally? How much have you seen her change in the 5 years that she's been doing this?
She is just kind of blossomed with the track success. She's been in Sports Illustrated twice. I don't know if you knew that. She was in Faces in the Crowd in 2017 after she broke the 100 and 200 records at 96. She was in again in 2019 when she absolutely shattered the 400-meter record by well over a minute. So, and she, more than the times that she knows and remembers, she loves the atmosphere of the track meet, and she loves meeting the people. She loves seeing new facilities. That's the adrenaline shot. That's what she takes away from these, and it's long lasting. The medals, and just the total track experience. That's her family. Those are her people. And if you could see her after a track meet, she is the belle of the ball, having so much fun with the people, because it's not normal that people run into a 100-year-old world record holder. It was really fascinating at the meet. 99 is nice, but once you put a couple zeros after a 1, this was a whole new level of recognition and admiration that people are giving her. She was the superstar of the Michigan Senior Olympics.
Diane, what advice do you have for other older adults who are maybe just sitting on the couch? What can you share about the benefits of exercise?
Well, I've been doing this right along because some people, they say, "Oh, Diane, and how are you doing now?" And I'm saying, "I'm doing fine." And I'm saying, "How much walking did you walk today?" "No," I said, and I say to them, "Come walk with me. This is good. This is good exercise." It really isn't exercise, we're just walking. They don't want to walk. I cannot make anybody walk. That's failure. I don't, give me a cue.
When they see you run and hear you speak and understand the quality of your life at the age of 100, they will get the message. One final question for you, Diane.
I don't believe that. I just do not believe that.
Might we see you at the National Senior Games next May in Fort Lauderdale?
I'm sorry, I missed the question.
I said, will the National Senior Games in Fort Lauderdale next spring?
Yeah, sure.
Why not?
Yeah, sure. Why not? There you go. That's the kind of attitude we all need. Diane Friedman, new world record holder in the 100-200, American record holder in the javelin for women 100 to 104, and her coach. Guys, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate your time. Congratulations. And Bruce, keep on keeping on. You're doing amazing work.
Can I say something at the end here? We hear you might have some contact with Julia, and we asked Diane if she would like to meet her. So if that's possible, please bring her in.
Absolutely. Let's call an audible here, if possible. And Tim, let's bring in. You ask, and there she is, folks. This is Julia Hurricane Hawkins.
Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
You know what? The two of us should meet together and run together. How would you like that? Wouldn't that be fun?
I like it. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
What'd you say?
She's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Where are you from?
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. So we'll meet. So we can arrange it.
Hey, Julia, let me ask you this. How does it? Do you have anything to say to Diane about breaking your record? Are you happy for her, or do you want to get it back?
Oh, I'm happy for her. The one thing about her and me, I've never had a coach, and I've never been trained. I just get out there and run. And so if I had been trained, I might have been, I didn't want to do it that way, though. I just like to run on my own and do what I can do. And I've always, bicycling was my main thing. I did that for 10 years, and then there weren't any more bicyclers, so I took up running. I thought at 100, if I could do 100 at 100 in under a minute, that would be wonderful. And for me, it was wonderful. And now somebody's come up and done it faster at that age. But at my age, I'm still running, still loving it, and we'll be in the state senior games in November in Louisiana, in Hammond, Louisiana, at Southeastern College.
Well, that is very exciting. Diane, what do you think would happen if you and Julia got together in a race? I know you'd have fun. I know you'd be good friends. Who do you think would win?
Oh, I think she'd win.
No. And that's why we should meet. That's why we should meet, because we're going to be competitive.
Oh, I'd like to be.
I'm going to beat the devil out of you.
Don't
So if you haven't noticed, Diane, when the gun goes off, she has this thing where she is the ultimate competitor. She just her body knows when the gun goes off, that means race. And I assume the same for you, Julia. So it'll be fascinating to see the two of you together.
Oh, there's something about wanting to win that just gets in your blood.
And these little things that you guys bring home from your track meets.
You want to be ahead.
Isn't that something? I think this is the first ever case of 100 to 104-year-old female trash talking. You know, I love it. I can't wait to see you guys together. In fact, let's bring in Dell Moon, since we've kind of, breaking the format here. Folks, this is Dell Moon, who is not only a renowned journalist, he is the director of communications and media for the National Senior Games. Dell is good friends with Julia Hurricane Hawkins. In fact, he's the guy who gave her the nickname Hurricane. He has been following and reporting on Diane for years. Dell, what do you think about all this? What's happening right now? It is amazing to me that in all of track and field, the hottest division, the division that most people are talking about, is women 100 to 104. And Bruce mentioned it just a moment ago. Diane was the belle of the ball in the Michigan Senior Olympics. Julia is the belle of the ball at the National Senior Games. This is what everybody's talking about. Why?
Well, obviously, it's the number one question when I talk to media. The first question is, who's your oldest athlete? And I constantly try to explain that it's a much broader picture than that. But without a doubt, it's a truly great accomplishment when someone can get up to that age, have the ability and put the time into it and go out and actually do it. We've seen more and more people aging up into our 90s that are active and getting involved in this. It's just fabulous. And one thing I will note, though, when Julia goes to do the 100 in November at the Louisiana Senior Olympics, she will be 105. So technically, and I think in fact, she will establish a new age division that did not exist before in the United States. I checked with World Masters Association, and I found at least one listing so far of a gentleman in javelin or something that was 105, but nothing over here stateside. So she's not only the first woman, to do it over 100, she could very well be the first woman to do it at 105, which is just mind-blowing. And Julia, you're doing great. You're looking great, and you're so gracious to see your record fall. But you told me that you thought somebody would come along and do it. But it's really great. We're what we say is welcome to the party, because more and more people are aging up to that level, and we're going to see more of these magic moments. And people will go back and talk about Julia and about Diane, because you guys are in the forefront of this, leading all this charge.
Bruce, let me ask you this. I think this is an appropriate question at this time. Without question, Julia and Diane are unusual. But are they really the face of the future? Is what they have achieved something that is going to be accessible to all of us in the future if we take care of ourselves?
Again, if the message that Diane tries to share with people, her friends, just to get out and keep active through your life, through your senior years, you can be healthy, and maybe healthy enough to pursue something like competitive athletics and whatever sport or activity you might care to follow. But in any case, people just being healthier and more active into their senior years, so they don't need the walkers, the wheelchairs, the canes, so they don't have things we practice with that, they don't have trouble getting up from a chair. The simple activities of daily living become normal well beyond what they used to be if people can continue to be active. And Diane and Julia do have a special gift to be active and healthy enough to pursue high intensity exercise activity, running, at this age. But I think more people will age up and be able to do it, and they may be considered the trailblazers of that. And hopefully, maybe Diane's records will be beaten someday, because that's the beauty of records. They're made to be broken. And so keep doing it.
Amen.
Thank you.
I just don't want this to be lost on anybody that's just joined us. And Dell, I'll turn it over to you because I know you've got some questions here in a second. As soon as you turn that down, thank you. But first of all, folks, this is 105-year-old Julia Hawkins and 100-year-old Diane Friedman, the former world record holder and the current world record holder in the women's 100 to 104-year-old 100-meter dash. A statement that would just seem outrageous to even begin to say 5 or 6 years ago. Dell, I can remember I first came into this when Ida Keeling in the Penn relays in 2016 set the world record at 1 minute and 17 seconds. And then Julia Hawkins comes along and smashes that and sets the world record at 39 seconds. And then Diane Friedman comes along and puts the record down to 36 seconds. These are amazing times for women for anybody in their 100s.
Oh, absolutely. The men as well. It's really a good time. And, you guys talk at Growing Bolder about ordinary people doing extraordinary things. I've used that phrase myself. And that really applies to a whole lot, most of these people involved. If you put the effort out, you get the focus, you can do it. So there's no reason why people going into their 90s can't safely, with help, and using common sense to participate in something like this. And I think we're going to see a whole lot more. And it comes down to people learning how to live better and age better. That's part of what Growing Bolder is doing, is try to teach people how to age better and to be in the position to where they can do things like this. There's so much. It's so great to see people that have vistas open up in front of them when they're 95 years old. Hey, I'm going to go run. So, it's wonderful. Or as Julia says, her book title, Wondrous. It's just wondrous to see, what you do. And I'm hoping to see both of you in next May in Fort Lauderdale. It's great. Diane's interested. I don't know where Julia is. We're going to, probably just take it one step at a time, get to Louisiana. And it's so great that you're going to attempt this record, quote unquote, at home, Julia. That's going to be nice.
It is.
Let it not be lost that in the 95 to 99 age group, Diane broke the records that existed for 100, 200, and 400. 100 she broke by over 5 seconds, the 200 by over 7 seconds, and the 400-meter record she broke it by 1 minute and 8 seconds.
Wow. So
she really rewrote the record book for 95 to 99.
Those are amazing records, Bruce, but I'm with you. Records are made to be broken. And with all due respect to those incredible times, there are some people coming up, and it's going to be interesting to see how quickly all of this goes. Let me just give everybody a chance to kind of give us a takeaway, a moral to the story, if you will. And Diane, let's start with you. You're the record holder now. Now, what's the takeaway? What do you want people to know about life in general, about whatever you've learned through your experience?
These women come over to me and they say, "Oh boy, you've done fine," and they congratulate me. And I say to them, and you should do, if you do a little bit more, just walking. And but I get so tired. Well, so get tired. You'll only get tired once, and then the second time you'll feel better. They don't want to. They're afraid to take the opportunity, and I don't know how to encourage them more. I wish I knew.
Just keep running. Just keep running. Bruce, what's the takeaway from your seat? What's the moral of the story?
That just for people to be as active as they can, as long as they can, enjoy it, and reap the benefits of being active and healthy into later life. It makes life so much more fun, enjoyable, and it's really possible to do it. And again, Diane is living proof of that. So that's a simple takeaway. And you've heard it a few times today. She really, truly pounds the table to get other people up and active, and at a level that is appropriate for them at their age and their fitness level. She's not looking for people to run like she does. You know, there's a little phrase that's kind of appropriate here. I don't know if you've ever heard it before. Just do it.
Just do it. Just get moving.
Don't say you can't.
Right.
Do whatever you can.
Sure. Get can't out of your vocabulary.
Love it. Julia Hurricane Hawkins, what's the moral of your story? What's the takeaway? At 105 years old, give us some words of wisdom.
Well, keep running, keep being active, and try to get more people that you know to get active. That's important too. But have many magic moments in life. That's what I believe in. I think more of us looked around us and found wonderful things to enjoy, and like running is certainly one of them. Have a good time in life.
Well, I think that is something that most of us don't realize is possible, is that we can still be having a good time in life after the age of 100. Thank you guys for the example that you set, for all that you do, and for helping all of us change our belief system about what's possible as we age. Diane and Bruce, thank you. Julia, thank you. And Dell, let me ask you this. The National Senior Games has athletes of all ages and all shapes and all abilities, including former Olympic gold medalists and college superstars. But as you and I have said many, many times, the true influencers, the most powerful examples of inspiration of all, are often the weekend warriors, the ones that are battling back from health setbacks, or the 90 and 100-year-olds. I mean, this is really what the National Senior Games is all about, helping all of us understand that more is possible.
Yeah, and we hope that people look at it and not just say, oh, isn't it great what she's doing at 100 years old? We want people to internalize that and say, hey, if I do take care of myself a little bit better, if I take a chance, and these people had just started doing it, it wasn't like they've been doing it all their life, maybe I can do something. And that's always been our message. If you don't want to do sport, it's great if you can do a sport and join us and be part of it. There's lots of benefits to it. But even if you don't, just find something you love to do and keep doing it to keep yourself going. And you might be surprised at what you can accomplish.
I think you would definitely be surprised. And, for me, it all comes down to the simple statement that we have heard today. And that is, if you want to keep moving, you have to keep moving. Without exception, these older athletes have all battled the same health challenges, the same setbacks that we all do, but they find a way to keep moving. And what I'm beginning to realize is that it's the socialization, the community, the camaraderie, the support that they get from one another, from hanging out with other like-minded athletes, that keeps them going. It's why we love Master Sports and the National Senior Games. We will have many more inspiring stories like this in our run-up to the 2022 National Senior Games in Fort Lauderdale. Be sure to follow Growing Bolder on all of our social media handles for all of the latest content. And for more information about the National Senior Games, you can go to growingbolder.com/NSGA. And guys, let me just thank you one more time. Diane Friedman, Bruce, Julia, Dell, thank you guys for all that you do. Go ahead, Bruce, or go ahead, Dell. What do you got?
No, I'm just pointing at the stars.
You're just pointing at the stars. This has been a lot of fun. I don't think it's ever been done before, bringing together two centenarians, world record holders, to congratulate one another, to share their experience and inspire all of us. Julia and Diane, thank you so much, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you run again.
You're welcome. Thank you.